Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you my weight loss journey. This was highly requested by both my followers as well as my family and friends. I've lost 15 kilos in less than a year. That is, I think, just under 2.5 stone. My husband, who's been following it loosely just because that's how we eat, has lost over 10 kilos himself as well. So it clearly is working. If you are tired of following diets, if you are tired of everybody telling you that you need to drink more water and do cardio to lose weight, keep on listening because I hate doing cardio. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly where I was at, what were my goals, and what were the steps that I took. In this video, I'm also going to tell you one crucial point that makes the biggest difference in making your weight loss journey a success. So if I look back at almost a year ago, I was overweight. I starting to suffer from quite a few health issues. So the main one was my digestion. I was getting eczema. That was just, it was horrific. I've never had eczema in my life until then. My mental health was really not good. My mood was all over the place. I felt down pretty much every day. And most importantly, because I had low energy levels, I had no strength, I had no motivation to work out. So my number one goal was to lose the weight because I felt tired carrying around that extra weight. I think that was one of the reasons I was getting so tired all the time. So I wanted to tackle that, but most important for me was to help and sort out my health issues like my digestion, my eczema, my skin and everything. And I thought that from that my mood would improve as well because I wouldn't wake up and feel miserable every day. I would feel happy. Why was I struggling with my digestion all of a sudden? Why could I eat one thing one day and be perfectly fine and then eat it the next day and be horribly sick from it? Like, it was bizarre. Like, I would buy a loaf of bread, eat a slice, be fine. Next day, eat the same slice of bread and just be horribly sick with, like, I'd be bloated, I'd have cramps. It was just not nice. A lot of research, and I thought maybe I've developed an allergy. Like, it is possible that that has happened. So what I've done to figure out which one it was that was causing such havoc on my body was I've cut out all the kind of like the irritants and allergens most commonly found. So they were like gluten and dairy and nuts and stuff like that. I've just cut it out for a couple of days. And then I reintroduce it one at a time. So what I found is reintroducing those, I was perfectly fine doing that. None of them on their own as like one portion would cause any irritation. So I was even more confused. And what I have looked at next, which was an article I came across, was the additives in it. So all the stabilizers, basically extending the shelf life of those products. How do those chemicals influence our bodies when they're in it? How does our body react when we eat them? And a lot of the symptoms that show were matching up with how I felt. So what I have done is I have cut out all of the additives and stabilizers and E-numbers out of our diets. We did it for a week and we felt, like our whole family felt a ton better. Like my husband has mentioned it, my son has mentioned it. We felt less peckish all the time. Our mood was really good. We were full of energy. It was just, we felt overall good. It was truly eye-opening just what those things do to our bodies. On the back of that, I was eating everything, switched from processed supermarket bread into a proper bread without additives. And I find that that was one of the biggest difference to so many goals that I had. Like all of a sudden my mood improved, my energy levels have improved, and my weight loss. I finally started to lose weight. The next goal after that was to just sort out my body in general. I wanted to get rid of eczema because eczema was hell. Like for some people, it's just like a patch of irritated skin. For me, I had it all over my scalp. I had it on my lip. I had it on my stomach. I had it on my arms. It was horrible. And most importantly, my older son was having it as well. So it was something that I wanted to figure out for myself as well as him because it was on his elbows and every time he would like put his elbow down, he was itching, he was in pain, and the creams and stuff like that, they were just not working. It kept expanding on both of us. So it was my goal to make sure that I can sort it out for him as well as myself. After we've cut out all of those additives, and I've lost a lot of weight. I started like really losing weight. I felt lighter. Like everybody started even mentioning, oh, you look slimmer today. You look like your skin is looking more glowy. I felt happier. It was great. After about 2 months of that, I have noticed changes in my eczema. First of all, it stopped looking as red as it was. It was like, eczema usually is quite red and like a bit bumpy in a way. Sometimes it gets like cracked if you don't put enough cream on it. We saw in both me and my son, it stopped being as red. So it was just keeping like the texture of it being rough. And then within 2 weeks, the roughness was gone as well. So from that, I have discovered an article that was talking about gut health. And I know it's quite a trending subject now, so I'm sure you've come across it before, but gut health is basically, for those who don't know, I'm about to blow your mind. In our body, in our intestines, which are meant to absorb nutrients, we get microbes, and we've got good microbes and we've got bad microbes. And they have to be balanced in order for your digestion system to be happy. Eating certain foods can cause buildup of bad bacteria in your gut, and that causes a load of problems. It's been linked to mood swings, depression, it's been linked to hormonal imbalances, like a load of stuff. And more than anything, one thing that made me really convinced that this is the problem that I had was the fact that it was linked to autoimmune diseases and disorders and stuff like that. And after doing load of research, I had come to a conclusion that eczema was linked to that. That's why I got eczema, because eczema is basically when your body overreacts to something, and that is like it backfiring onto your skin. So I started really diving into gut health, and I've done like tests and stuff like that to tell me exactly what was my gut consisting of in terms of microbes and stuff. So that gave me a bit of a reassurance that I'm on the right path. So to put things short, because I'm going to do a separate video on that, I basically started eating a lot more foods to help my gut heal. And those are like everyday things. So for example, turmeric is really, really good. So I basically made sure that every single week we had a curry. It was as simple as that. And as I got more energy, I also started to become a little bit more active. I hate cardio. And I'm not the kind of person who will work out for more than 10-15 minutes because I've got kids. I don't have time to be doing an hour workout at the gym. Especially this was happening during lockdown. Gyms were closed. At the very beginning, what I have done is I've added into our routine to go for a walk every single day. A walk, we started by going around the block every single day. That was 10 minutes. And then we slowly built that up. And that was actually a really good thing that I found, that I have taught my son to also spend a lot more time outdoors and be a bit more active.
That is incredible. There is like no motivation needed to use that as you work out. And you took your kids to the park to breathe some fresh air, so perfect.
I felt like in that sense it was good for everybody. So the last and most important point that you guys have been waiting for is you need to get your hormones balanced. And what do I mean by that? So for example, if you have felt like you eat a meal and you still feel hungry by the end of it, but you had a big meal and you don't understand why, or you feel like you're never hungry, that is because your hormones are disbalanced. The way they work is when the stomach is full after you've had a meal, it needs to send a hormone to your brain going, stomach is full, you shouldn't be hungry anymore, and it's missing and you feel hungry, so you keep on snacking, you keep on eating more, etc. You need to make sure that your body is as balanced as possible, and a lot of that stems from having, first of all, gut health. That is a known fact that gut health helps balancing those hormones. And second thing is to make sure your mental health is as good as it could be. Trust me, as soon as you will relax, your weight will start falling off you. So this was kind of the outline of all the things that I have tried. I'm going to go into a lot more detail in the next videos about exactly what I ate, how I exercise, because I ended up starting to exercise, but in terms of my weight loss journey, it did not make me lose weight. It made me feel more strong. I built up more muscle. and I became more toned, like I've got nice abs now. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope it gave you a bit of weight loss motivation, a bit of health tips here and there. As I said, I am going to be doing a series talking about each one of those points in more detail, so make sure to comment below on what exactly you want me to focus on, and I'll make sure to do that. Don't forget to also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos on it. I hope I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye!